Tonight's bedtime lesson is about a question. What is Thanksgiving? Now here is the answer. Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving Day, is an annual national holiday in the United States and Canada that celebrates the harvest and other blessings of the past year. In the USA, this holiday is celebrated every year on the fourth Thursday in November. This year taking place on Thursday the 27th of November. The Canadian Holiday and Harvest Festival is held on the second Monday in October and has officially celebrated as an annual holiday in the country since November 6, 1879. Ancient origins. Although the American concept of Thanksgiving developed in the new colonies of New England, its roots can be traced to both Native Americans, as well as back to the other side of Atlantic. Both the separatists who came over on the Mayflower and the Puritans who arrived soon after brought with them a tradition of providential holidays, days of fasting during difficult or pivotal moments, days of feasting and celebration to thank God in times of plenty. USA Thanksgiving. In November 1620, a group of English pilgrims landed in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. After 2 months aboard the Mayflower, they were helped through the deprivations of their first winter by local Wampanoag Indians, who offered provisions and advice. Following a successful harvest in 1621, the Plymouth colonists and the Wampanoag share an autumn harvest feast that is acknowledged today as one of the first Thanksgiving celebrations in the colonies. Traditions and rituals. The Thanksgiving celebration has lost much of its original religious significance. Instead, it now centers on cooking and sharing a bountiful meal with family and friends. Today, over 90% of Americans eat turkey, whether roasted, baked, or deep-fried, on Thanksgiving. The turkey is usually served with sweet potatoes or yams and stuffing, which is a mixture of bread cubes, onions, celery, and herbs that is stuffed into the turkey while it roasts. Foods that are common in Massachusetts and have historical significance, like cranberries, are also popular. Without a doubt, the highlight of Thanksgiving dinner is dessert. Fresh baked pies are popular, and most meals end with a slice of apple or pumpkin pie topped with whipped cream or ice cream. Volunteering is a common Thanksgiving activity, and communities often hold food drives and host free dinners for the less fortunate. Football on Thanksgiving is as much part of the holiday as the meal. Many families spend hours watching NFL, college, and even high school football games in person or on television. Finally, the Canadian Thanksgiving. Days of Thanksgiving in Canada also originated in the colonial period, arising from the same European traditions, in gratitude of safe journeys, peace, and bountiful harvests. The earliest celebration was held in 1578 when an expedition led by Martin Frobisher held a ceremony in present-day Nunavut to give thanks for the safety of its fleet. In 1879, Parliament established a national Thanksgiving Day on November 6th. The date has varied over the years. Since 1957, Thanksgiving Day has been celebrated in Canada on the second Monday in October. And traditions and rituals. It's our final part of the lesson. Canadian Thanksgiving is more low-key than its American counterpart. Although the holiday takes place on a Monday, employers are not required to give workers the day off. Families and friends usually gather the Sunday before to celebrate the holiday. Also, Canadian Thanksgiving is not celebrated widely across Canada. It is not common in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, or Prince Edward Island. In Ontario, families also eat sweet butter tarts or syrup-filled pastry shells. Similar to Americans, Canadians enjoy football and sports on Thanksgiving, and the Canadian Football League televises its own football doubleheader known as the Thanksgiving Day Classic. There are also Thanksgiving Day parades for families and children to enjoy. The biggest and most well-known is the Kitchener-Waterloo Oktoberfest Thanksgiving Day Parade, which is on Thanksgiving Day with over 120 floats. Wow. Time for our surprising origins about Christmas. Or if you don't want to watch it, that's all for today. See you soon. Bye.